This is going to be a secret reading for Aries. What we see from the cards is that either you or someone around you is carrying a heavy weight on their shoulders because of something that has happened, something they did, and that they want to confess right now, but they don't know how yet. As mentioned, we have this Ten of Wands here, which is showing exactly how the other person or you is feeling at the time. As usual, the energies could go both ways, which means that this situation that talks about someone that has something to confess could be related to you or to your partner. But regardless of that, we can see that this secret, regardless of whether it is out there or not yet, it's already waiting on the both of you. It's waiting on the person with the secret because they're not proud of it. There's something that has happened that has the potential to completely wipe out years spent together, memories and love that you've shared in between the two of you. And they're not taking this lightly. In fact, they know that they have to come clean with this. They know that they couldn't just keep going with the relationship, pretending that nothing has happened. But at the same time, they're trying to find the best way in order to approach the situation, in order to let you know about the truth without making you think that they've done what they've done because they don't care about you or because they don't want to be with you anymore. And on the other side, we can see that this card applies to you as well because the overall relationship, the overall connection already changed. There are a lot of things that don't feel as they used to be, a lot of little elements in this relationship that are not there anymore. Maybe they don't text as much, maybe you're kissing less than usual. There is something off and you can feel it. And overall, this Ten of Wands is blocking the progress of this relationship. And this is all on the surface. That's why it applies to the both of you. And underneath the surface, we can see that the reason why they're not telling you what happened yet, it's mainly because they're just afraid that you're going to completely shut off your emotions. But we see from this card that they're planning to really sit down with you and just go over everything that has happened, trying to be careful, trying to make sure that you know how much they actually care about you and they care about this relationship. You see here, this person is sitting there trying to be as transparent as possible and as compassionate also as possible, in a way that whatever they're going to say is not going to hurt the other person too much. And here we can also see that what's coming up, although it sounds like it's blocked at the moment, is that this conversation is about to happen. And it can be also something small. It doesn't have to be cheating. It doesn't have to be a situation where someone else, a third party, is involved. It could also be just fantasies and distractions that overall this person is having at this point of the relationship. And whatever it is, they know that in a way this has the potential to damage this connection and to break this relationship. And their biggest fear is that, as we were saying earlier, you're going to completely detach emotionally. We have the Queen of Wands, which is showing us someone who, for good reasons, decides to not listen too much to their heart and instead just going over the facts and make decisions based on those facts. And right now, they are fearing this because they know that if you were to just focus on what happened, if you were to just focus on the things that they have done or the things that they have not done recently for you, then you would just decide to leave them. This is exactly what they don't want you to do, because although they might have messed up bad, they don't see a future without you. They don't see a life without you. And so the Queen of Swords right here, it's showing up as their fear, and mainly because they still want you to see them as someone reliable, someone who you can trust and you can build a future with. We see here the King of Pentacles, which is the representation of someone stable, wise, and someone that has the ability to take care of people around them. But after these few examples, these few events that have just happened, they're just afraid that you're going to give up on them because they know that you are someone who has very strong values, who's not up for these games and for being with someone that is not going to respect you. And so overall, right now, they're just afraid that you're going to shut down completely and that you're going to see them as someone who you can't trust anymore. And these are all reasons why this weight, it's so heavy on them, which makes perfect sense. But regardless, under the surface, we see that this conversation is coming up, which means that they're trying to work out the courage and to find the best way to not have this conversation completely break this relationship. With that reversed, we see that once you will start talking, they will really do anything that it takes in order to not see this relationship ending, which also means that from what they're gonna say, you might, as they were fearing, just go immediately towards a direction where you're talking about leaving, you're talking about not seeing them again. And right here, they were almost preparing for it. They were trying to find ways to avoid that. And we can see underneath the surface, reflecting this card, the Justice card instead, which in my opinion right here is just telling us that they're willing to do anything that it takes in order to fix this issue, in order to rebalance a situation that obviously right now it's not balanced anymore. So you have on the other side someone that it's definitely regretful for the things that have happened, and someone who's ready to do anything that it takes in order to make it up to you, in order to fight for something that they were not careful to protect and keep safe. And with this Justice card, I almost see the possibility that they will also tell you and allow you to maybe do the same thing that they have done. There is a lot behind this Justice card, and it's going to be crucial for you to make a decision on this relationship. And if you want me to do a follow-up reading at the end of the month to see if we have any new message on this situation, make sure to leave a comment down below, #follow-up. And also, if you want to see how these energies will evolve in the immediate future, make sure to check out the extended reading linked below. From the previous reading, we've seen either you or your partner carrying a heavy weight on your shoulder because of a secret, because of something that this person is trying to confess, something that has the potential to completely break the relationship. But since they don't want that to happen, this Justice card showed up where they will try to propose something that might fix the situation or might help the situation in a way. And I got the feeling that that was something related to an eye for an eye. And in fact, the first card that we see in this extended reading is the Three of Cups. Three of Cups talks about celebration, but in this context, I definitely see it as someone else involved into this situation. I see another person entering this picture right now, and this could be maybe the person that they were involved with and that contribute in getting to this situation right here. Or it might be that you want to do the same thing that they have done and they know it. They know in a way that that might be the only way to salvage this relationship, although it is hurting them. I see that from these cards, and I sense in general that their heart is breaking at the thought of you being with someone else. But if that is a way to save this relationship and this connection, they're willing to just go through that situation because they really don't want to lose you. This Death Reverse card is major, and it's on top of another major arcana, which is really showing us how badly they want to go back to what this relationship was before. And so I see this energy coming in, maybe some time that you will take for yourself, hanging out with your friends, maybe meeting other people, being with other people. And although this could help you and help the situation in the immediate future, overall we see that this is not the long-term solution, and this is not gonna really take you to a place where you see progress. The Hanged Woman right here, it's telling us that regardless of the motivation of what's happening right now, these new events coming after the Justice and showing up with the Three of Cups are not going to help out the relationship in the long run. And also what we see here is almost a hermit energy where you will decide to not make any more moves for the time being. And this is absolutely important because in a time like this, there is a lot of confusion, a lot of different thoughts crossing your mind, which can really make it hard for you to understand not only what to do in this situation, but what you want from the situation. Am I still in love with this person? Or maybe I'm not in love anymore and I should just move on and meet someone new. Maybe someone you met here is also taking you to a confusing place where you didn't know what to do. So overall, you're not making any more moves. You're deciding to take time for yourself and detach, as they were fearing, from this person for a little while. And this, instead, seems to be the right thing to do. We see the Strength showing up right next, telling you that that time that you're taking for yourself, it is going to help you getting stronger, developing some confidence for yourself. We know after going through situations like this that it's easy to feel unwanted or feel as though you might not be enough for someone who also cared about a lot. And right here, with this time that you're taking for yourself, not only you are listening to your inner voice, listening to your intuition, which is telling you that regardless of the mistakes that people make around you, you are unique, special, and beautiful. But also, this time that you're taking for yourself might be a clear message to them that they have messed up and that you don't deserve all of this. And perhaps they're just coming forward, trying to get your attention, sending you a lot of messages, trying to understand if you're seeing someone else, if you're completely detached, or if there is still a chance to go back together. And all these messages and attentions that you're getting are making you feel stronger overall, are giving you some sort of validation, which at this point, it's completely understandable how that can help you out feeling stronger and more confident. But at the end of the day, on the side, we see that probably you will go back with this person that is waiting for you, and it's not seeing anyone else, it's not talking to anyone else. All they're doing is just waiting on you, and at least right now, they're willing to wait forever. With the Seven of Pentacles, we have an energy of someone putting in effort for something that is already showing results. It's not the previous card where we see someone just starting to work on something. And so right here, this is telling me that eventually you might decide to revisit the situation and keep working to make it better. We see right here that maybe you will realize that this was just a mistake and that this person, since they are so willing to wait forever and never see anyone ever again, maybe they actually do care and this was just a mistake that has happened. But we see that you're really focused on making sure that things are going to be different and that they know that they have to have more control over themselves and over what they do, their actions. The Emperor is there to tell them that you're willing to give it another shot if they follow specific rules, if they make sure to not mess up again, and if they give you proofs of that, not just words but actual actions that slowly in time will help you building a trust towards them again, which is not easy to have. And what we said earlier with these two cards is that they are willing to do anything that it takes in order to build that trust again, to make you see them as someone who you can trust, who you can build things with. And right here, we have you listing all the rules and telling them all the things that are going to be essential for you in order to make this successful again. And your direction, your actions, and the things you're doing and saying will take this relationship back to stability. 4 of Wands, where we have a stable foundation where you can build a house on top of, which means that regardless of what's happening right now, if you follow the right steps, this relationship does have the potential to go back to be a stable one, a happy one, and a place where you can still feel safe with someone right next to you who really adores you, and that maybe at the end of the day just made a mistake, and someone who's willing to show you and prove to you every single day that this won't happen again, and that the only person that they want is you.